Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. It is election season, my favorite time of year. We're covering the judiciary unlike anybody else. It is a pleasure to introduce you to a candidate for judge in the 12th Sub-Circuit of Cook County, James Edward Hanlon. How are you?
Terrific. How are you, Avi?
First of all, very good, and thank you very much for coming on this lovely snowy day.
It's been quite the winter, hasn't it?
It definitely has. So how's the campaign going?
I think well, but it's hard to know. There's no polling that's done, but I'm getting good reactions when I talk to people. They seem to react positively to the bar ratings that I'm able to share with them. The fact that I'm out trying to meet voters, I think, is well received. So, you know, I like the way it's going. It's been more fun than I imagined it to be. So,
no, no, that's good. It all sounds very good. Now, you're in the 12th Sub-Circuit.
Correct.
What are the approximate boundaries? We understand everything's gerrymandered, so it'll have like squiggly lines and stuff.
Yeah, it's lakefront, starting with the north end of Wilmette, the very north end of Wilmette, up to Lake Cook Road, west to Route 53, down to O'Hare Airport, and then as it comes back towards the lake, that's where the squiggly lines start. But it encompasses Des Plaines, piece of Park Ridge, through Glenview, back towards Wilmette.
Very good. So actually, that's a lot easier than covering a whole county.
It is in terms of travel to places to meet voters. It certainly is easier. The other flip side of it is, you know, there are ways you can actually move the needle in a sub-circuit race that's probably harder to do in a county-wide race where you're just doing sort of general advertising and hope somebody catches your name and associates it with your bar ratings.
Yeah, no, you've got more of a concentrated area.
Right.
So are you hitting different events every night? Are you looking for events and that sort of thing? Or?
I'm not looking for any more events. I've got plenty. But a lot of it's trying to do just more direct outreach. This primary is going to be a little unusual in that there's not any contested races at the top of the ticket. It's the judicial races that are going to drive it. So I think the number of people who are focused on the fact that there's a primary coming up, probably fewer than usual. So trying to identify people who are regular primary voters, regardless of, you know, what the issue is, what the office is. You know, if they vote in primaries all the time, those are the folks I'd like to meet and talk with.
Yeah, that's exactly the right way to try to concentrate on this sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So tell us about your legal background.
Commercial litigator, graduated in 1984 from DePaul University College of Law. Spent 18 years at what's now known as Katmush & Rosenman. Had a different name when I started there in '84, but 18 years there, then moved to Howry, which was we opened a Chicago office of a DC-based firm. Again, all commercial litigation with Novus Law currently, focused on e-discovery and helping trial lawyers find the story that's buried in all the electronically stored information. That's the way information is gathered and stored today.
That sounds cool.
It actually is.
Yeah, no, that's a very different thing, but you've got to figure that in today's digital computer age, there's a million. Well, listen, everything about the way I do the show and the way I do Jewish Chicago has changed totally. So
right.
Why shouldn't everything else?
It is, and the legal world is, you know, seeing the same impacts.
No, that's cool. So, were you an undergrad at DePaul also?
I did. I was a finance major undergrad and thought I was going to go into business, but got the law bug when I was working to help pay my way through college, working at a small litigation boutique, and just fell in love with what they were doing.
Yeah, you were there during some seriously good basketball times.
Yes.
I used to go to alumni
hall.
Yeah, a lot before I mean, Rosemont was too big.
Yeah.
But no, there were some great teams in those days.
There were. I was there when the team went out to the Final Four and lost to Michigan State. You know, and really should have won the game.
Yeah, there was Magic Johnson in Michigan State.
Yeah.
So no, I do remember that. I was a big DePaul fan in those days. That's for sure. So, do you have a punch number now?
I do. 173, way down at the bottom of the ballot, and so that's part of what I'm trying to communicate to people. So they've got to work all the way through the ballot, even though they're going to see a lot of uncontested races.
Yeah.
You know, don't get discouraged. Continue on, because there are important judicial races down at the bottom of the ballot And from my perspective, most importantly, mine.
Right. No, that's understandable. I would tell people actually to, depending on what you've got, either flip or scroll or whatever to the bottom first.
That's
And,
a good thought.
work your way to the
Yeah.
top. Why not get to the important races first? Because everybody's unopposed on the top. So go to the
should do that.
contested stuff and go to the bottom first. And then you look for 173, and, that's James Edward Hanlon.
I think I need to put you on staff to come up with our strategies.
Well, I'm not technically endorsing anybody on the air, by the way. I just want to say that. But the fact is, I believe very strongly in being nice to just about everybody. And,
do too.
And the fact is that a person, you'll see for yourself, he's a good guy. It's just very obvious. So, the fact is, if he was a felon, I wouldn't be saying that. But, with good people, I don't mind. That's for sure. So, at this point, at the point we're filming, I guess it's about 5 weeks to go.
6 weeks
to go.
yesterday.
Wow.
Not that I'm tracking it.
Yeah, and my election happens earlier because when Jewish Chicago comes out, which, and I'm going to press in about 2.5 weeks, it's like, and then I'm a delivery boy.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to March 18th, not only because that's obviously what I'm working towards, but it'll be nice to be done as well.
No, that's for sure. And listen, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort. You met a lot of new people, I would imagine.
Tons. And that's actually been one of the best parts about it, meeting people that you'd never otherwise have occasion to come across. And I got great stories, I got friendships out of it, including people in my own race. So. Yeah,
no, as a matter of fact, it seems like, that I do know. You got a website?
I do. It's hanlon4judge.com. Hanlon is Hanlon. 4 is spelled out FOR.
And that's punch number 173.
73.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, and good luck in the election.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.